tip number one? Where do we begin?
So the first tip is to understand the market and who is going to be buying this property at the end of the day, because you need to be delivering a property that is right, and it ultimately, in the best world, hits the market and goes under offer very, very quickly. So get to know what the market is looking for. But be sure that there is a market. There are pockets of the country where people aren't really wanting to live, or there's pockets of the country or areas of your city that are absolutely right for rental, but not right for owner occupier. So don't buy the wrong property in the wrong area is the main thing. Understand the market and make sure, importantly, that if you're going to flip, there is a market to flip onto, because you wouldn't believe how many people I speak to. And perhaps the common example here is someone who's saying, I'm going to refurbish this big old house and I'm going to convert it into 4 flats. But actually, the market in that area do not want flats. They want big 4-story houses that are aspirational family homes. And the clue there is, if you can't find comparable prices on Rightmove Zoopla, for instance, that probably suggests that there isn't much in that area of that type. Now, that's not to say there isn't a market there, but it could be the first clue that you're creating something that isn't actually needed in that part of the city. So that's
And how can we kind of take that bit of research further? Does that involve kind of talking to local agents, understanding, what's in massive demand? What's going to sell quick? So what would the conversations that you or your clients might have look like with an agent to assess it's the right thing?
So the first thing with agents is, this isn't a conversation to have with the agent that's showing you around the property, because their client is the seller of the property. So they, to some extent, will tell you whatever they think you want to hear. It's going to cost £50,000 to do the work, and it'll be £200,000 more when it's done, because that helps them sell. Talk to the other agents in the area. And the good question is, if I was delivering a 2-bedroom flat in this area, what would be hot? What would let it sell immediately? What is everyone wanting at this stage? And just take advice as to what makes that property sell that much quicker. And some of those things might be adding cost, but if you can prove it adds value, more value than cost, then that's a good thing. For instance, they may say, well, actually in this area, everyone's now expecting underfloor heating. Great, factor that into the scheme, and you've now got a property that may well, or hopefully will sell quicker than other properties that are on the market. So definitely talking to other agents, but do your own research as well. Look at what's on Rightmove. Go and look at some other properties that are on the market. Pose as a buyer if necessary, to understand what other people are doing. And a good place where you can easily pose as a buyer, and you'll get knowledge a little bit ahead of the curve effectively, is to go and look at new build properties, because they expect volume. They will tell you all, they'll tell you what they're doing in their new build properties, which are likely to be a little bit more cutting edge than obviously something that's a refurbishment, where we're a little bit restricted with what we've got. So yeah, new build properties are a really good place to go and learn and just chat, see what they're doing, see what the market wants.
Every mistake you avoid is profit you keep. Learn how, ypn.plus.